Overwatch fans may be wondering why they don't get very much information about the game coming out from the devs. Well, the head dev, Jeff Kaplan, has a reason. It's us. Well, maybe not us specifically, but talking about the game in the official forums, people have asked, why don't we get more of these replies from developers about what's coming up in the game, what characters you're working on, what changes are going to be added. And Jeff Kaplan spoke about this, saying, if you'll allow me to speak openly for a moment, it's scary. Overall, the community is awesome to us, but there are some pretty mean people out there. All of our developers are free to post on these forums. Very few of us actually do because it's extremely intimidating and or time consuming. It's very easy to post the wrong thing and make a promise to the community that no one intended to make. Once we say we're working on something, we're not allowed to take it back. It's set in stone. Also, because we are open with you and do not hide behind an anonymous handle like all of you have the luxury of doing, we oftentimes get personally attacked and threatened. Most great developers I know love being heads down making or playing games. The public speaking / posting part of the job is downright scary and intimidating. It often feels like there is no winning. So basically, it's a little bit messed up that this is happening. I mean, I love when developers and gamers can talk to each other, and gamers should be able to voice their issues with things that are being made in the game or offer creative solutions. But in that, you're going to get people who are terrifying, or who are making threats, who are trying to hurt people or hurt them personally or their families, or try and get them fired for something that was totally unintentional in that way. So basically, this is why we can't have nice things. It's hard, it's scary.
I kind of get it. I mean, people on the internet in general, there are a good portion of people who do not filter themselves, and just they speak because they are anonymous. They speak in ways that you wouldn't speak to someone if you were looking right at them.
Yeah.
Right. So I could definitely see how that would happen. But also, I think that, I mean, they're all under NDA too, so I suppose it's.
Well, they're allowed to, but the thing is that Kaplan pointed out, which is if we mention, we're doing this specific thing, people are going to maybe read it the wrong way or expect things. Actually, he went on to talk about this specifically, saying, of course the team talks about Mercy, of course we talk about Anna, but we talk about all of the heroes. If we post we're talking about Mercy immediately, there isn't an expectation that she is going to be radically changed in the next patch. And the truth is, we might just leave her how she is for a while. We're not allowed to post that here without our bosses, and I am talking literally here, receiving emails from some of you demanding we be fired. It's not exactly what I would call a safe environment for creative people to openly express their thoughts and feelings. See, this is an interesting thing, which is we have this balance. I mean, we have this great luxury with communicating on the internet of being able to immediately give feedback. But like I said, sometimes people ruin it for the genuinely well-intentioned people by being scary as hell, by demanding repercussions for action that hasn't even been taken or maybe wasn't even promised. I mean, if I thought every move I did, except for one, would be the wrong move that would result in everyone calling for me to be fired, I'd be so scared to make any kind of statement whatsoever. I'd never open my mouth if that were the case. So I kind of get it. People are jerks.
I totally get it. Well, there's also this, and I'm not saying this about all fans. I'm a fan myself, but
no, it's not about all fans. It's about the ones that wreck it for all fans.
Yeah, well, some of them actually feel like they have ownership over the property because they are such big fans. We ran into that with the Star Wars prequels. Anyway, so no, you get a lot of hate from people who feel like they own it and they don't want, and they want their needs met.
Well,
they feel
I
like
think
that's
it's certainly a balance. Which is, I mean, you should be allowed to say what your opinion is, or if you feel that there have maybe been wrong steps taken, but you shouldn't go so far as to scare the people who could make these choices.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's basically pretending that they're the boss at that point instead of the
Do you think
consumer
this
and
is
the fan.
Like
and
the customer is always right mentality gone way wrong?
It's tough to balance that these days. Well, and specifically because it's the internet and people don't filter themselves on the internet, so.
I think a lot of people do. I think it's just like a few people who make choices that hurt the whole group,
right.
Fans as a whole.
Yeah, they always have like some anonymous name, like, Fishhead94 or something. some anonymous handle.
I think it's certainly bolder to use your real identity to make statements. And I think it's certainly more respectable, but it's most respectable to not threaten violence or trying to get someone fired because they did something they didn't even know they did.
Right.
I mean, there should be a balance with community and the people that are producing the content, and that's not it, because then the rest of us suffer. We're never gonna get that balance back if you scare one side away. Audience, have you seen this happen in any other community? Fawn mentioned Star Wars, we're talking Overwatch. I'm sure it's happened many places. Please let us know where you've seen it below, and please like and subscribe for more.